It's Thursday. That means another Carvers and Creators, a weekly demonstration and discussion with pumpkin carvers, sculptors, and multi-talented artists from around the world. First, we ask that you please give us a like and a follow on the platform you're watching us on. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from and if you have any questions for the carvers and our special guest. Let's meet the carvers.
Why not?
Yeah, we're here. Let's do it. First, he's an artist and sculptor from Boston, Massachusetts. He was a judge on season 3 of Outrageous Pumpkins on the Food Network. It's Paul Dever. Welcome.
There he is.
Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Live in the flesh.
You.
Good to see
Yeah. Next, he's a multimedia sculpture artist from Tucson, Arizona, and a finalist on season 9 of Halloween Wars on the Food Network. Matt Harper, welcome.
Aloha. Or whatever.
Good to see you, Matt.
I think that's what aloha means, is whatever.
Yeah, or yeah. Hey, how you doing? Hello, goodbye, whatever. Yeah.
Our guest tonight is an art director, sculptor, and toy maker, and creator of Miyo's Mystic Musings. Please welcome Miyo Nakamura. Welcome. We're so glad to have you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
Very excited to talk to you. Very. Okay.
Yes, I need to know all the secrets.
Yeah, please.
My name is Michael Mondragon. I'll be running the show, moderating comments, and chiming in from time to time. Paul?
You
I
made
appear-
it.
I appear-
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna let it simmer. I'm breaking hearts along the way.
Look at you, handsome little monkey. Good Lord.
Let's check out our sculpts from last week. The subject was Euphoric Goblin. Matt, awesome.
Let's move along.
Come on.
I don't know. He can't. Any of these. All right, it ebbed and flowed. I liked him and hated him, liked him and hated him many times, and I just landed on hated him. So, all your turn.
Oh, come on, man. I like see. Look, the thing that I love about when you have these odd-shaped vegetable, as they say, you use every little bit of it. Like I didn't even notice it till just now. Was you did the hair at the top?
Yes.
Yeah, the little top knot. Yeah.
The little touches like that are unbelievable, man. You really go the extra mile. Where I would have thrown in the towel, sir. You'd go the distance.
Thank you. I tried to make him like euphoric, but like how somebody who's like overly excited about something, like that was my thought. That's what I thought was. So then I twisted. Anyway, thankfully he's like long gone, so that the pictures remain at this point, and I'm happy with.
That's it. That's the proof. I like the nose too. Actually, the nose is great.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot here, Matt. There's a lot here.
It really is.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
All right.
And you hollowed out the inside of the mouth there too, which is
Yep.
a nice touch.
Yeah.
The texture you put in the eyebrows is incredible. I love it.
Oh yeah, all the little bumps and I wanted to make him I wanted to make him kind of warty and like wrinkly and stuff, and because he like when he got excited, his little face did that. But anyway, thank you. You can't love them all. Like this, like we make one a damn week, and then there's some you hold a little dear and near to your heart, and the other ones you're like, okay, I'm glad there's next week. So we'll do better. We'll do better this week.
This one's super solid, Matt. Be proud of it.
I agree. I agree.
All right, stop it. Thank you.
And Paul's is outstanding as well. Wow.
Matt, I think it's because we do them so much. Where you're like, Jesus, I thought I'd be better by now.
No, but see, you hit euphoric though. This person is just like basking in the glow of something. I thought you really hit that. You hit that look really, really well, Paul.
Oh yeah, the drugs have kicked in on said goblin. He's going for a ride right now. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like one of those ones. He hits all the. I hit the marks, I guess. Like you know it's not a turtle, and he's not sad.
Yes.
So, I mean, I guess. Yeah,
That's great. No, I'm a fan, Paul. I'm with you. I think it's like I struggle all the time to really like them, Anyway, the way you photograph this is actually really good too, with the highlights in certain areas. So anyway.
Yes.
Thanks. I like to think I sculpted those. I'm sure the pigeon did it.
Well, you know what I would think of that we should do going forward here is maybe we should let our guest critique them or say
I know
give some compliments.
we're not very good with ourselves here, Miyo. I have to.
As long as they have Venmo before the show, I mean, I'm fine with it. I'll buy my critique.
Yes, well, we should do that because I'm sure that our guests could have a more open opinion of seeing these for the first times as well. So, Miyo, what do you think of this one?
But I totally see what you mean, because when I look at a sculpture that I've been working on for so long, like I lose track of what impact it can have on somebody. But for me, like I'm like, wow, that's incredible. So I think you can trust the initial response that other people have. And yeah,
I like that. I like that.
I'll roll with that.
Put in, it's just incredible.
Oh, thanks. It's okay. It's okay.
We're not gonna win.
Well, the thing about that one too is I had to chop a lot of it off. Like when Matt, how yours you use the whole shape. I just hack off what I don't want to use. If it's not like he had this, he looked like a cone head. It was just so much forehead. I'm like, I can't. It just doesn't make sense. Like he should have the big wide jaw. Like should be bottom heavy. And then I realized he was too bottom heavy, so I had to chop off a bunch of the bottom. So, but yeah.
And I do appreciate the Lemmy little nodules on the cheek.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he's a huge fan. Huge fan.
Yeah. Big Motorhead fan. I love it.
He's a huge Motorhead fan.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Well, I work in pixels and vectors, so we bring all creative disciplines here. So this is my album cover for this week. The Easter eggs in this one, they're all pizza related. So you got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you got Heathcliff, you got Little Caesar, and if you look up on the right corner, upper right corner, you have the Noid. Remember, avoid the Noid.
Avoid the Noid.
Oh, I will.
Where's Heathcliff? I can never see on these. I always gotta look at it after.
A little bit. It's on that left side. It's
I see him.
Yeah.
Like Garfield and Heathcliff.
Yeah. If you look at these on Instagram, then you can see a little bit more of the detail and stuff like that. But
I love it.
Yeah, these all turn into album covers every week for me. So I like to contribute.
Yes, at some point, Mick's going to get rich by being able to sue somebody that steals the name of their band and their first album cover.
Right. I'm just giving them the template, right? For sure. Yes.
That's it. He's just dangling it in front of him. Come on, use it.
Come on.
That looks familiar.
Gone fishing. Love it.
Miyo, I'd like to introduce you to the fourth member of Carvers and Creators, responsible for our carving subject tonight. It is the hollow wheel, the center spinner. And as always, Paul will tell you more about it right now.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, Miyo, this is the wheel. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin it twice. First time we spin it will be the character to which we have to carve into some sort of perishable item. And then our second spin will be the attribute or the emotion we're going to try to apply to that character. This week's choice, in honor of you mentioned this yesterday, I put feminine on the board, which is the scariest thing in the world. It's the scariest one in the world to us because we're good at making ugly. We're not good at making pretty.
No, right.
And then circus. I threw circus on there.
Ooh, very nice. I like that.
You know, that's a nice choice. So we also have guest choice. So hold on to that. Thug, skeletal, caricature, alien, classic monster, aquatic, and demon. Second choice will be dismal, bummed out, exhausted. Guest choice once again. Euphoric, robust, painfully happy, furious, jovial, or flirty. Come on. I know there's no chance of any of the ones that I'm hoping come up.
If it's euphoric, I think we do it again because I think we've
I
had
can tell you who won't be euphoric.
There we go.
Here we go. Big spin. No whammies. No whammies. Alien.
Okay. We haven't had alien in quite a long time.
Okay.
Right. 6 hours. All right. Oh, that was a good spin. Euphoric.
Okay, we got to respin. We can't. I swear that thing is broken. When it
This
comes
wheel is this. We should do like possessed.
Yes.
The wheel is definitely possessed.
Come on, other than euphoric.
Euphoric. Kidding.
No,
That's
okay.
exhausted. Exhausted alien.
Exhausted. Oh, I like that one. Okay.
Yeah, that usually means it's the kiss of death for me.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna write that one down.
Yes, I'm gonna commit it to the chat.
You have
Committed.
something
It shall be.
right here.
Say that again. I missed it.
She's got reference behind her.
Oh,
Oh, I know. Oh, don't think I'm not cheating off of that.
Okay, I'm just looking over your head the whole time, Mio.
I got like this weird shaped one too here. Like,
Oh, that's kind of wild.
yeah, it's got that feel though, like it's been around a little while.
Oh,
I'll make it work, Doctor.
There we go.
All right. Oh, actually, I think I kind of like this. It's because now what Mio just showed in the background. I'm like, oh, this one's got a solid. I could do some shaping here.
There you go.
He's going to be one tired extraterrestrial. I'll tell you that right now. That's why I kind of like exhausted, because if you do want to go that route, you can close the eyes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which can be fun too. With like, you can really focus on like the bags and the little feet, the wrinkles around the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then John Fuller will go, "You wimp! You did the eyes closed. You took the easy way out." He calls me on that every single time.
Artist hazing is the funnest hazing.
It really is the funnest hazing of all the hazings.
Yes, of all the hazings.
And I don't think you can go to jail for it yet.
Well, we're going to give you 5 minutes if you're carving or creating with us to get your tools together, get situated, get your carving oil in order, what you're drinking tonight. Miyo, I'm going to start with you. What are you drinking tonight? We call it our carving oil.
I have some. I made some chai latte.
Perfect.
Ooh.
That sounds very good.
Yeah. So caffeine is still, allowed.
Yes, caffeine counts.
Very good.
Yes. All right, Matt, what do you got?
Okay, so I'm kind of out of beer, and plus I'm not a big beer fan anymore. So I found this bullet old fashioned So if you like old fashions, this one is like already in its made form, and so I got it as a bottle. You just have a couple of them because they're strong as living hell. They're like 40% alcohol. So anyway, so I'm gonna try one of these tonight. So I'll be having an old fashioned and living the high life with my pinky out while I'm carving.
Do you have one of those $40 cherries to put into it?
I don't, but I do have refrigerator ice that I put in it as well.
Whoa,
Perfect. Look
taking
at
it
you.
to the next level.
That is Matt bragging.
Oh yeah,
Well, what do you got?
Okay, so anybody from the East Coast, especially around Boston area, will know this one. So this is from Lord Hobo Brewing in Woburn, Massachusetts, but they're doing a play on a very famous slush from the New England area called Richie's. So this is a watermelon wheat, and it's supposed to taste just like the slush that we grew up on. And that's how you know that the owners of the brewery are pretty much my age, because they're coming up with flavors of everything we had as kids.
Yes. I'm
very grateful for it too. I got to tell you.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, there was one that was like the candies that were they're doing all the candy flavors, like the Jolly Rancher type flavors and stuff like that, like those type of flavors.
Normally I don't like them. I did have a little taste test of this last night, and I was pleasantly surprised. But I'll act more surprised for this.
Lord Hobo is a good one. We get that out here as well in California as well.
It's good. It's super high on the hop end.
Yeah,
which Matt would jump out a window if he took a sip. But this is a nice change. They usually don't do a lot of wheat beer, so they're kind of branching out.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, mine is from Brewery West. It's the Bounce West Coast IPA. This looks like that old fireworks, Big Cat.
Black Cat.
Black Cat. Yeah,
that is a cool can, man.
Oh, yeah, it's so super cool, and this is a really great brewery. And actually, the way that it's spelled is kind of unique. So, it's brewery. So Brewery West. So, Cheers to our creations. Thank you, Miyo, for joining tonight. We couldn't tell you. We were super excited when we met Steve Wang, your husband, and we learned about your work and your collaborations, which we'll show a lot of here. But tell us how you got started, and are you classically trained, or did you go to school, or did you just start doing art from a youth, or how did it all work out?
Right. Where do I start?
Where to start?
Yeah, I've always loved arts and crafts as a kid. I loved making things, painting, all of that. But I don't. So just from the very beginning, I was born in the U.S. I was born in Irvine, California, and I grew up there till I was 9. And then from 9 to 18, I actually lived in Japan.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
after I graduated high school, I came back. Did community college for a couple years, and then I went to UC Berkeley for 2 years. And then that's where I really started focusing on art, because up till then I would do art on my own, but I wasn't taking any classes or anything. And when I went to Berkeley, I spent a lot of time in theater. So I was doing a lot of costume design, set design, that kind of thing. And then once I graduated college, I couldn't find work. So I was a server for a year or so. Like, I was a server during college too, but I kept on being a server. And then I was like, this is not what my life is supposed to be. Like, I went to so I actually moved back down to LA. Again, I couldn't find work. I ended up working in the fashion district in downtown LA. For like 9 months. I was like an office manager, and I was packing boxes all day. And I was like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's when I decided to go to makeup school. So I went to cinema makeup school for their master program. It was a 4-month program, like 2 months of beauty, and then 1 month of special effects, and then 1 month of like digital and airbrushing. I forgot hair or something like that. But when I went to makeup school, I kind of realized that I'm not a very good makeup artist. But I did fall in love with sculpting, and when I found out that sculpting could be a career, I was like, okay, this is what I'm meant to be doing. And so,
oh wow,
so a job.
Sorry to jump in, because I'm curious, when you were at Berkeley doing art, was it like just classic painting and that type of classic art, or were you able to dabble a little in sculpture?
I took a ceramics class, so I did some pottery, but I didn't really sculpt like forms. After I graduated cinema makeup school, I took some classes with Jim Cagle, who's an amazing sculptor. And I pretty much like shut myself in an apartment for 6 months, and I just sculpted nonstop, and I made a portfolio. Yeah.
I'll go rent an apartment right now and lock myself in it for 6 months, and I guarantee I don't come out being able to sculpt like you. Guarantee.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice. That's you found the lane. That's such a cool thing to do, to figure out what you actually want to do. A lot of people just stop and say, I guess this is it.
Yeah. You weren't happy with the serving or the packing boxes. I remember just not the, this is not about me, but when I was in college, my last semester, last year of college, I took a sculpting class, and my eyes were open. I remember I was sitting there one day, and we had to do a stone thing, and so we were grinding away, and I remember like missing 3 other classes because I was like, it's right there. I just have to, just give me another hour. Just give me, and I wasn't eating and drinking. I just was like so locked in to the format. And I was like, I left there and thinking, well, too bad I can't do that for my real life. I sure love it. And now that I, flash forward 100 years and, it's something, but so I'm just seeing what you're describing when you finally found sculpture. I just love that moment. I imagine, was it clay or what was the medium you picked up and just discovered it?
It was, yeah. So at Cinema Makeup School, they have, I think, 1 week of maquette sculpting, like a little button, and then a week of like sculpting an appliance. So my first intro was with like Chavant oil clay. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
Now that just feels so fast. So now you start sculpting, right? How long is it before you get your first official gig? Like when is it like become completely real that this is it? This is what you now do.
Right. I was able to enter. I was really lucky because I know a lot of people new to this industry, they have a tendency to be pigeonholed in other departments. But I was very, very fortunate. Alec Gillis at ADI, he was kind enough to offer me an internship as a sculptor for 2 weeks. But it was an internship, so I wasn't getting paid yet. And then just happened, well, I guess track back a little. So 6 months after I came out of my apartment, I had a little portfolio. And that year, that year was actually the first year that they had a Monsterpalooza. So I took a portfolio to Monsterpalooza. I was a staff member there. So I had my little Monsterpalooza t-shirt on. And anybody came in the door that I recognized, I'd be like, can you please look at my portfolio?
Oh, how perfect.
Oh, smart to do that.
That's brilliant.
And that was actually the first time I met Steve.
Wow.
Really?
Does he remember it? That's the big question. Does he remember meeting
I would think, yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Yes, he does. he tells the story, like, how long have you been sculpting? And I said 6 months. And he's like, no, I don't mean like how much time you spent on this sculpture. I meant like how long have you been sculpting? But so I guess like I guess I made a little bit of an impression.
A little bit.
I did.
Wow.
And yeah, after that, and so I was able to get a lot of cool critiques. I met Jose Fernandez, and he gave some really cool critiques. So that was really cool. And I think that's when I was like giving out my business card to anybody and everybody who would take it. And afterwards, my timeline is getting all mixed up. I'm sorry if I'm.
That's okay. You can make it up as you go. This is your story.
Yeah, I love it.
You can change the names of people if you want.
Right. My first job was working for Matthew Mungles. Have you heard of his shop? WM Creations. This shop was really cool, and it was probably the best first job for me to have because they made cadavers for crime shows. Like they would make bodies for NCIS, CSI, like all those shows. So pretty much what would happen is the victim of that episode of that week would come in for a life cast. They would do a life cast, cast it a plaster, make a mold, and cast a silicone version of the head. They would do they would graft it onto a body and hair punch and paint and make all this stuff. But that was happening weekly. So just to be able to witness and assist that process for 6 months was really cool. And it was probably the best school outside of filmmakers.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I learned so much from them. And then, 6 months later, Alec reached out to me again, and he's like, "Hey, I'm crewing up for the thing."
Oh wow!
For 2011, and so I couldn't say no to that. I was just like,
Sure.
I need to.
And you're still just living in LA in the same apartment back then? I mean, this is the timeline is.
Mhm.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Things happen fast.
Yeah, I love it.
But
That was another amazing opportunity for me because I was just thrown in with all the like A-list sculptors in this industry. I was working next to like Casey Love, Steve Koch, Martin, like Paul Komoda, and I just had to keep up with everybody. Like, ow! That was an amazing experience, and I got to work on the thing for 3 months. Mikey Rattel was there. So I was really, really lucky.
Wow. And some really nice human beings to work with too.
Right? Yeah.
You know, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. Steve Koch, like, helped me make my first rakes, like sculpting.
Oh,
rakes.
really? Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That is cool. Now this is amazing. Here, what is this for?
These were hands that I helped sculpt for La Belle Labette. Actually, wait.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, here they are.
I feel like I should show him to you guys up close.
Yes, I believe you should.
I love that.
It's only right.
I was telling, as we started the whole thing, look at the scale of what we're talking about here, people.
That's it. I was like,
Oh my God, I thought they were miniatures. I can't believe how far back they are. Oh wow.
wow.
It is insane. That she has by far the best background we've ever seen, I think.
That is incredible.
This is sculpted by Steve Fang and hair punched by Denise Bear. This is all individually hair punched. It's incredible.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Big hug, big hug. You're okay, pal.
This was individually dropped a couple of times.
That was almost our viral moment right there.
You know what's so funny? Now that she's sitting down again, my brain has reverted back to thinking she's in a small room and those are miniatures. That's how big they are.
Yeah, exactly. Johnny, you nailed it.
Holy shit.
We were happily. Well,
she was walking for 2 hours. she took an Uber to get over to that shelf. That's how far away it is.
Yeah, but your Horus, I think I see that back there. Yes, that one. Okay, I'm not asking. Well, you're welcome to pick it up. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This was at Monsterpalooza. It was like my top 3 things I saw while I was there entirely. I mean, just absolutely stunning. And
the details in it were just mind-boggling.
Yeah, wait till you see it. I mean, this just, to me, is just every single thing has been thought of.
Actually, Dan Jasinski told me the story about the eyes. Like he knew more about the backstory of it, and that's where he was like blown away that even right down to that you had it nailed.
Yeah, so this is the sun and this is the moon. I think Horus has a very crazy backstory where his father poked his eye out or something, and then his mother replaced it for him.
Wow.
And what's amazing is on your Instagram, you have, if you scroll down, you can see all of the amazing like progress shots. She's also extreme. Yeah, here we go. Mick, you are the genius. Look at that. But she's got progress shots of making it, and it's just so incredible to see every one of these steps in the process. And then the painting is just another world as well. So you went from being able to sculpt this well, you know, out of the gate, to being able to paint. And there's a ton of really cool stuff on your site that shows your painting, which is amazing too. Now that's Anubis.
Yes.
Anubis.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's one of my spirit guides, I think.
So great. Holy crap.
There's so much to take in. It's like 360. It's not like just wow. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
So how many part mold is that? That's like 100.
So 700, Alex, for the win.
There we go. For the win.
I don't think it's that much, actually. Well, these are separate. This came off.
Right.
But I want to say he was one, like a two-part mold.
Okay, front and back.
That's it, huh?
Wow. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
The back of it's perfectly done and painted, and
then Cleve Gunderman is the shop supervisor here and the owner of Onyx Forge. But he's an amazing mold maker, and he actually made this whole panel to come off.
Oh wow.
So this whole part actually came off so I can insert the eyes from the back.
Oh my God.
Placement. Yeah.
The back. And I would pop them in.
Oh my gosh.
And adjust it. Yeah.
So good. So people can order this is what I mean, I don't know if they're currently available, but Honest, what's the guy's name? Oh, sorry. Anubis and Horus are both available, right?
Anubis is already closed.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to speak out of turn. I just know that.
But Horus,
yeah.
I get left and right confused. Horus is, I believe, still available.
So crazy. Oh my God.
There's
Paul and I are scraping away at a squash, and I swear to God, I've never felt so little in my life. I'm like, okay, never mind. I'll just put this away.
I could be sculpting in clay and have the same exact feeling. It's she's that good. It's just like, well, I guess I'm just playing with clay at this point.
Here I am.
Not sculpting. I'm just playing with clay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the questions are all coming in. What's your mold making material? Your go-to mold making materials?
That would be a good question because I actually don't do a lot of my own mold making.
Smart. That's a smart way to do it.
He's incredible. Like I can think in like positive, but I have hard times thinking in the negative. And I don't know, Cleve just has an amazing 3-dimensional brain that can think in negatives. But but mostly they're all matrix molds. So they do they make a fiber shell and then they pour silicone into it.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or should I explain further? I don't know.
No,
silicone's probably the best answer that you could give because I know that like there's a lot of hydrocal molds and stone molds compared in
a silicone mold.
Yeah.
Silicone. It's my enemy. I've tried so many because everybody always asks if we can mold the sculpts.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because it's ephemeral, because it's an actual vegetable that rots, it emits a gas. Right? It's whatever the gas is, carbon dioxide, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I can tell you this. If you put silicone over one of these things and walk away, it forms a huge bubble from the gas trying to escape. Big waste of money.
So Mickey, I
but
think
3D scanners work pretty good.
Yeah, we just need to give Onyx Forge a call next time, Paul. I think that's what I'm
right, and ship it out there like same day.
One call does it all. Yeah, exactly.
Wine call does it all. Onyx Forge.
What if you made them into bronze? Like directly into bronze, like make an investment mold. So
Burn
it's
it
so
out. Yeah, burn the whole thing.
burn
What
it
is-
out and then cast.
What is an
Bronze.
investment mold? Is that sand? Am I thinking
Yeah.
of something else?
Yeah,
like
it's
A plaster.
yeah.
listen,
But-
I'm open to trying anything at this point.
Because
Although- Then I'm listening. I love and thens, and I love that.
like there's no breaking the mold apart or anything. You just it dissolves in water.
Yeah.
Right. And then so that's like a one-off thing though, right? When you make that one mold, you have
But
so
once
that
you
was,
have it bronze, you can do all kinds of things.
Yeah, you make
yes.
100 of them. Yeah, cast it again.
You could drop it on my foot. That's probably the first thing that happened. Yeah. Because if I could make more than one, my wife would kill me.
No, you gotta sell them, Paul. Sell 'em.
I know. Well, that would be the beautiful thing. You could say it's just one, one off. Maybe I'll try. I'm gonna try that. I'm actually gonna try that because the one art class I did take at the MFA, the Museum of Fine Arts, the guy that taught it actually owned a forge as well.
Oh, you're
So
set.
he talked a lot about that kind of mold making, and I just looked at him like a newborn puppy. Like I have no idea what you're talking about. Just teach me how to sculpt an arm and a shoulder. That's really why I signed up for this class.
Yeah.
Miyo,
There was a question from Johnny about what kind of paint is the gold on the spine and necklace?
It's probably gold leaf.
Gold leaf.
Fancy.
But if I am painting gold, I actually love the Golden brand bronze. I use that a lot too.
Okay.
awesome.
Matt, you were going to say?
Yeah, Mio, when it comes to a forge, I mean, have you spent time I'm fascinated by like watching that process because I've seen like you pack in the oil sand and you have the form under there with the the pieces coming up and you pour it in and you do a cast of it that way. Have you been into you spent time in like the forge like that and doing that relief wax casting and stuff?
I have a little bit of experience with jewelry, so that's really my only personal experience. We have worked on bronze sculptures here at studios. I don't work at the foundry.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I'm wondering, like, I mean, we've met some amazing artists that kind of live there. I just am fascinated by like taking something that is like clay and making it permanent, like permanent, like
Right. Yeah, I actually did make a tauntaun skull for my friend in bronze, but that was kind of a similar process to what we normally do here, where we made a matrix mold. So we did the fiberglass and then the silicone, like poured in the silicone for the mold, and then in the silicone mold we cast wax.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
And then, I just took the molds to the foundry and was like, "Hey, can you guys make a skull for me?"
But that's perfect too, because that melts out, like you said, right? Once.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
So just
Yeah, it is
looking
nuts.
looking at the detail of this is just, and then to see it in person was even more like
Yes.
mind blowing. It's like how detailed and beautiful it was. And one thing I also wanted to mention is like I was looking at this next picture, and I'm like, where is that like Tutankhamun like beard? And it's on the back. Like, there's more detail on the back. It's like it's a 360 experience. This sculpt.
Yeah.
I try to have. I've been given some freedom in sculpting some bases for the ECC collectibles, and I try to hide little fun things in a lot of the bases.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to move the pan, but that's. Can you see Pan?
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I got to ask you about Il Fono Pan. So you did that a few years ago, right? And Mickey, I don't know if you have that one pulled up or not, but the Guillermo del Toro from Pan's Labyrinth, the Pan, and I always wondered about the scale because I don't know if I ever knew, because you did a full bust of the head, right?
The busts are 1-to-1 scale.
Okay.
I actually sculpted that on. Sorry, I'm having a brain freeze. Doug Jones. I did it.
Doug Jones, yeah,
the man
Doug
himself.
Jones cast. So
Wow.
that is definitely 1-to-1 scale.
Oh my God.
For UCC, all their maquettes are 1/3.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So they should be, if they're tall in real life, then they should be 2 feet.
Okay. Okay. Because when talking with Steve, we talked about his connection with Doug Jones, and then saw Doug Jones at Monsterpalooza, and I'm sure it was all you guys got to hang out with him too. I'm assuming, because I think I saw pictures actually. Yeah, a little bit. Just for a hot minute. But what a great guy.
I know, he's so sweet. Yeah, he actually took a picture with Abe. So.
Oh wow! Oh my God!
Cool.
Oh my God! Wow! So
like taking a selfie with yourself.
So amazing.
Now, I think I asked Steve. I want to ask you too. Somebody like Doug Jones, is it just because of his height and how thin he is, because you can build him up and still keep proportion? Is that what makes him perfect?
Right, and I feel like with heavy makeup, a lot of people have a hard time like emoting through the makeup because it's so heavy sometimes, but Doug can just make it his own and just
he can do it.
Incredible. I was very fortunate, like through Steve, I was able to work with him, and he's just such a professional. Like, and he makes applying makeup so easy.
Wow, that's great. So was he the fairy eater too in that movie?
Fairy? Oh.
Eater, the one that had like the this, I don't know if that was him, the one that was eating the fairies in that movie. That it was like sitting at the table with the eyes in his hands.
Oh
He
yeah,
was a fairy eater?
That was him, right?
Pale Man?
Yeah. Yes. I'm sure that he has a real name. I'm just thinking of the guy who eats the fairies. That's the one. That's the one. Thank you. Oh my God. Of course, turn the camera, and she's got a million of those. Holy crap. Is
Mick,
that one
quick,
for one?
Pick a character. Pick a character. I'll bet she has it.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that 1 for 1 too? Is that like life size?
Yes.
Okay. Now you've there's no one else we could possibly even talk to that has a better background. This is insanity. Look at all that. Look at the Gremlin, Freddy, Pale Man. Thank you, Johnny. Oh my God, Pale Man. I should know these things.
Jeez Louise.
Wow. Okay, I'm not. This is amazing.
You really can't call it work.
No,
honestly. It's not
you
work.
really can't. Oh my
No,
God.
you have to call it work because that way you get paid.
Right, good point. Yes, then you get a tax return.
Everybody doesn't want to pay you. That's like, oh, it's hard work, isn't it? It takes a lot of talent to do this, correct? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Good point, Mick.
Evidently, I mean, if I even had like one of those in my house, let alone all of those, let alone made them. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget it.
Yes. Not everyone can do stuff like that. Am I correct on that?
I'll just keep scraping my squash.
All artists talking to each other right here.
Yeah, right. Well, sometimes when it comes down to the money part of it, they're like, oh, it's not that hard. Well, tell you what, I'll pay you to do it for me.
Right.
But I get to critique it along the way.
Yes. Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, Paul, you're making a blaze of a trail there. Look at that.
It's faceless guy right now.
I know, but you got the head form pretty much nailed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mia, I'm going to need you to stop moving the camera because I'm picking something.
Yes. I need to go back to this shot so you can see Paul.
Yeah,
I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I know that they have sort of a triangle-ish. I'm just trying to. There's so much to do. And now, like I said before, Mio, there's a hollow spot in these. So I'm trying to find what I can do. Like it's a little thin in this spot, so that means I can round based on this and bring everything down to that level. This is all solid, so the rounder I can make this, the more gaunt and stretched out I can get that face to look.
Yep.
And I'm gonna screw it up, so I'm not worried about it. At some point, I'm gonna go, oh.
On through to the
Say it again.
Like, have you accidentally gone through, like, or can you usually tell?
Wait a minute. Let me rephrase. I have never gone through accidentally. It's always on purpose.
Yes.
That's what I tell everybody, because if you hear me say, "Oh shit," it was intentional. And if I'm bleeding after, I meant to stab myself too.
Right.
Exactly.
Part of the process.
Oh,
Part of the artistic process.
Yeah, that's the game, especially with pumpkins. Pumpkins are a different animal because they can really cause you problems because you're trying to get so deep on these bigger things, but sometimes they're just the same thickness as one of these.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get to a point and it gets mealy, like the material changes, and it's not really good to work with because it's stringy on the inside. And that's where if I punch through, it's like, well, I have to completely think around that and resculpt everything to kind of match where I punch through. So, after like 3.5 hours of good work, you get 2 seconds of screw up and it changes everything.
Yeah.
It's an artist's life, right, Mio? You know what I mean? It's an artist's life.
I'm just mind blown at that you can do abstracted sculptures. Like, I can't.
I'm pretty sure you could, and it wouldn't even take you 6 months. I'll bet it would only take you 6 minutes. I'll bet you'd be like, well, that's not as hard as you guys made it look. You guys actually made it look difficult, but it's not.
Well, you guys get all the good butternut squashes too, so you have to put.
That's right. It's all about the shoes. It's shoes.
It is. It's the shoes, right? It's the hammer, not the carpenter.
Right. What they say, Michelangelo got all the good ceilings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is Matt working on?
Okay, so I started with the mouth because I wanted to get kind of exhausted. So I think I'm gonna do a tongue coming out this side over here, like draping over his lip, and then now I'm just trying to get exhausted looking eyes. So, and then trying to keep this bulbous head, like the alien head, eventually going to stick around. So what my thought is too, because he's just got this little this is a stem, but I want to cut something here and make a neck, because these guys, in my opinion, have big, long, skinny little necks, So I'm going to do something more with a tongue and a neck.
That's messed up, man. You don't know. Aliens could work out. They could have huge traps.
No. These guys just like think too much because their brains are so big.
Brain.
Got it.
Good point. Completely have to rethink this now.
My focus is all jacked up.
Okay.
Anyway,
let's get back to Mio.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
That's not what I wanted.
That was a Hulk.
There it is. Yeah, this is incredible.
Hulk, Incredible Hulk. Is that what you're gonna say, Mick?
Yeah, that's incredible. Hulk.
Literally.
So, Mio, I got like a million questions though. I mean, we've been kind of cycling through some of these pictures, but I've got questions about kind of your inspirations, because not only are you an amazing sculptor, but you're an amazing painter too. Do you have like folks that you followed from a painting perspective that just blow you away? Because I know Casey Love, thankfully he's been on our show and it's one of the most awesome dudes there is. He's got that touch. Do you have like painting gods in your mind? I'd love to know kind of what you follow, because everything you touch, it seems is perfect.
Wow, thank you.
I've seen your stuff. Sorry, I don't mean to be blowing smoke. Right, you're a damn good painter.
I'm not. I struggle through it, and painting is so stressful because I feel like with sculpting, well, at least in clay, maybe not washes, but I can fix it, you know?
Right.
So if your air flows, yeah, I do not consider myself a painter. Thank you so much for saying that.
Wow.
But I struggle much with painting, and it's really without Steve's guidance, I'd be I'd be struggling a lot more. I do enjoy doing makeup on doll bases. It's something that my friend Tiana turned me on to, is face ups. And I think a lot of techniques that I learned actually come from the doll community as well, because they work in such small scale, and sometimes that fade with an airbrush can be really tight and difficult. Some of the artists use pastels and then seal it in. So I actually do use quite a bit of pastels in my work. That might be something different that I do. But really, yeah, like Casey Love, Steve Wang, like, yeah, just, just we're having to work alongside them.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
This is Fuzzball from Captain EO, right?
Yes.
That is so good.
I remember being a kid and going to Disneyland and watching Captain EO, and not being the biggest Michael Jackson fan, but being like, holy crap, those characters are cool as hell. And I love this one. And so what's also great, so for those of you who are watching, if you go to Miyo's site, on Instagram at least, you can see the kind of the progress of this, right? I think you've got a whole lot of different progress shots and painting and everything else. This looks just so much fun. And of course, this is like your I don't know, it's at the front of your page or your logo or something, right?
Yeah.
Actually, a profile picture, I believe.
Profile picture, that's the one. I couldn't think of the word. Thanks, Paul.
Hey, well,
Too many of these.
Yeah, Captain EO, he comes flying out, and you have 3D glasses on when you watch the show at Disney. And I always wanted to grab him. I was like, I'm gonna make one so I can actually hold him.
do you still have it?
Actually, no.
Oh, she can't turn around and reach and grab it behind her this time.
So that was really a labor of love.
It was. The wings actually on this were really. I was like, oh, that actually worked. I made the bucks out of styrene, and I put in. I vacuum formed them pretty much, but the vacuum formed plastic is actually like this rubbery material, so it actually has flex. So I thought that turned out pretty cool, because like you could actually like handle him and like bend the without breaking it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I just flocked the wings and painted them. So yeah.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
So was this hair punched, or was it part? Okay.
His whole body was sewn.
Okay.
I patterned his body and sewed all that, and then just for the face, I laid the hair.
Okay.
It's not punched, just laid.
So good.
Thank you.
Man.
I love these. It's so cool how you can do realism, and you can do whatever is asked of you from a sculpture point and a painting point, but when you do your own stuff, it all has this really cool, whimsical style to it that just kind of flows with, like, your personality comes out a little bit in your stuff, which is cool.
Totally agree. And they're hers. So like, this is like her style, like it's noticeable immediately.
They look like Lilo's Stitch's distant cousins.
Yeah, Stitch's cousins. Yeah,
My
exactly.
kids
The
correct
same-
me on that all the time, and I heard my kids. It's like, Dad, it's Stitch. It's not Lilo. I'm like, sorry,
Same
it's a movie.
planet. Same planet.
It's not real. I'll call it whatever I want.
Right. I am a big Chris Sanders fan, so it would make sense.
This could live in the world. I would watch this movie.
The sticker on
Ah, look at that.
it's by Chris Sanders.
Oh no way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh my
I
God.
love the style. It's so beautiful. But yeah, the toys kind of came out randomly. I was falling asleep one night and I was like, well, I wish I could carry around a little dragon in my pocket. And that was the thought I had. And the next day I just started sculpting these little dragons.
I mean, like you do.
Yeah, I think like the thought process behind them. Oh yeah, these were when they were still in Monster Play. I think like growing up, my mom would always say simple is best. So my challenge that I made for myself with these creatures were like, how can I emote as much cuteness with like the simplest forms? So, well, the little foots have that fur texture because, you know, I wanted them to look fluffy, but I purposely didn't sculpt any scales on the dragons. Like they were supposed to just be as like the simplest of forms. So, and it was just a challenge for myself to like how to convey
Yeah.
Wow.
cuteness.
Mission accomplished. Challenge completed.
So were these like available at like DesignerCon, I think, or where did you sell DesignerCon?
Oh, so originally I had a table at Monsterpalooza and I tried to sell it at Monsterpalooza.
Okay.
They're all like painted, but I don't think Monsterpalooza was really my crowd for this. So I didn't really sell very many. They came by, supported me, but yeah, I sold like each one for like $45, which I could do now.
Damn it.
But yeah, I think that like just because they're so small, there is a thing of perceived value. Like something small shouldn't be too expensive, and I just don't think I was hitting that mark. And so I actually held on to these dragons for like 5 years, and nothing really happened. And yeah, years later, George Sloan, one of Steve's business partner for ECC, came to me and was like, hey, I really like your sculptures and why don't we make toys out of them? And I was blown away. And so he's kind of taken the whole process of making them into toys for me.
Oh, beautiful.
So I do the prototyping and the painting, but the rest is him. He does all the manufacturing and marketing for this. Yeah.
So cool. So if somebody wants to purchase one of these little beauties, where can they find them? Where's the easiest spot to grab them?
You can go to Toynami, TOYNAMI store, or you might be able to find them at your local Hot Topic.
Oh, very nice.
I'm like I'm just blown away, but they've been really supportive of my work, which I'm so grateful for. And they've been carrying
Steve was saying that too. That's a great partner to have, like, because that's every kid and that loves that kind of art goes into Hot Topic a lot.
Yes.
So yeah,
And where they're collectible.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kids included. Yeah.
These are a new plushie line that I'm working on.
So
oh my God.
They'll come out soon too. Wow. They're called the Little Lonelies. They're little lonely and they want friends. So they like sit on your shoulder and they follow you around.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's... I love it because the there looks like there's 2 exhausted aliens kind of thrown in the mix.
Exactly. Keep it here. I gotta look at these real quick.
Like I'd love you guys go ahead. I'll catch up. I'm pooping.
Yeah, more reference.
More reference right now for a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that today's topic is aliens. I love aliens.
I know it's.
Well, we'll have to get you back again, and we'll have to have you we'll sculpt a perishable.
Yeah, grab a little piece of clay and make one of these
Yeah.
guys.
They gotta make a little- I will even fix the wheel, dare I say it, to land on alien again. I will just spell out alien. It'll only be choices of alien, alien, alien.
Blasphemy, Paul.
Well, hey, man, we'll be going into season 4. I'll do what the hell I want, all right?
Right, at this point. Yeah, 100.
What I was going to say if it was choice, because we talked about it being feminine. I was like, oh, I wonder if they've done Bride of Frankenstein.
Matt did.
Matt?
I did one time a long time ago, and it was a challenge beyond a challenge. I swear, even to this day, it kind of looks like a Bride of Frankenstein only because it has a little squiggle. Otherwise, it'd be a dude of Frankenstein. I don't know.
It'd be the Brad of
Frankenstein.
But I was wondering if like the hair would be. Like,
Yeah, I got the hair, but I swear, and I even put on like eyelashes because I'm like, it's got to be more feminine. What am I doing wrong here? I couldn't get like the jaw perfect anyway. But I tell you what, that's the beauty of doing these things because it just forces you into this like uncomfortable place to have to like figure it out.
Yeah, well, luckily, Brandy Davis, who's an amazing female artist that we know that does pumpkins, and she's an amazing painter as well. Mm-hmm. She would sculpt eyelashes like out of the skin, so you get a darker color, and she would curl them and just cut them out, and it was just like, gotta use it. Give you all the credit in the world, but that is genius. So it literally carved the ugliest squash in the world, wrinkled face, everything. Throw some eyelashes on it. Bob's your uncle. That's a female.
It's a girl. It's a girl.
Eyelashes make such a big difference. Even like doing face ups on dolls too. Like once the eyelashes go on, you're like,
Yeah, that makes it so much more feminine. Yeah, and the jawline too is so hard for me because Paul and I used to making ugly dudes and mostly dudes, mostly ugly males, and then but the big, thick, heavy jaw. I swear, I look at the mirror. I'm like, oh, it looks like a woman. And I look at my jaw. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not.
I look like a woman.
I look like a woman. I look like a really ugly woman. So I have to like that narrow cut from like the ear to the chin, like that really. Anyway, I guess I need to work on it more to get more comfortable with it. That'll never happen.
Yes, it will, man. I have all the faith in the world.
Tomorrow.
Female forms.
I can show you this one. It's actually.
Oh, nice! Look at that. That's
and I love this one.
Now watch. It's going to be like 8 feet long.
Make sure
Look at that gurney.
Oh, wow. Oh, it is actually bigger too.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
crazy.
Oh my gosh! And the leaf.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
So where did this idea come from?
Yeah, the lashes. They do. They do. It also has a very feminine face,
Yeah,
except for
it
the
does.
snail part.
the snail part.
But yes, eyelashes do make a world of
I
difference.
had people at DesignerCon like being really upset at me for this piece. And they're like, what are you making Princess Leia do?
Nothing she didn't sign up for.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see it's from something. So tell us the story.
What's the cartoon? Yeah, please.
Oh, it's by Junji Ito. He's an amazing, Junji
That's
Ito.
fresh new.
He's an amazing horror manga artist, and his work is so detailed. But yeah, so this is from one called Slug Girl.
Makes sense.
It's snail, but I think it's called Slug Girl.
Wow.
I did like, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a slime trail down the branch too.
Oh, no way.
Wow.
Of course.
Uh-oh.
No, we can see you.
We can see it.
Oh, okay. because I can't see me.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Are these still available too, or is this like a one-off?
I only made 6 of, and I sold them. This is I sold 5, I guess. But I didn't want to make any more because this project, it's not licensed, so it doesn't feel right to produce something without like offering money to Junji Ito. So the licensing. So if I was able to get the license for it, I would be more comfortable producing more. But without it, I just don't want to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It must have also been gratifying to give people a history lesson about. What are you showing here?
Ooh, the base.
Whoa. Jeez Louise.
What the hell?
With the hands
I see the hands in the middle. Oh my gosh.
in the foot on the outside. All right, that's just.
All right, now I just
I feel
lost
like I feel like I'm on acid.
This is under the base, Paul. That's under the base.
Wow.
Wow, that's fantastic.
A little bathtub, and then it's from a manga called Uzumaki, which means spiral.
Oh my gosh.
And there's a scene where they find his father all spiraled up in the bathtub.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Incredible.
Again, this is another Junji Ito piece, so I don't want to produce any more.
Come on, one more time.
One more. I don't know the comic, but is this person still alive?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Have you met them?
No, I have not.
But your work, I mean, I imagine this would be like right up their alley. I don't know.
Yeah. If I could gift him one, I would love to gift him one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just put it out there to the world. You know, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
guess
cool.
who's reaching out after the show to try and get him on the show so that we can surprise him with Miyo.
Yeah, we're gonna get the
surprise
contact.
licensing deal. You can't leave till you give the license over.
or at least get to meet each other.
Yes, that'd be fantastic.
That'd be a great international poll. For sure.
Carvers and creators bringing
That's
people
right.
together.
Yeah, as always.
And there it is. Look at that.
Oh, this in the back. The I don't know if you've got this one handy, but the back of it. And again, you can all see all this stuff on her Instagram, but it has as much detail as the front. It's just beautiful. It's like so well thought through. And this reminds me of so Dan Chazinski, who's been on our show a couple of times. He's like the kind of guy who we love. And
Yeah.
yes, okay. So right up your alley, because there's a story behind every stroke of the sculpting tool. He knows everything and every story behind it, and there's a paragraph or two to write behind it. So that's why when I see your art, I think the same thing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm so sorry to bring this up. I'm having a bit of a technical difficulty. I can't see the screen.
Okay, tell you what you do. Go ahead and you can leave the studio and come back in, and it should clear it all up.
Do I close the window?
The little black.
If you can't see the thing at the bottom.
Yeah, if you can't see anything, you can just close it out and then go back into the link in the email if that's the easiest way to do it.
Sorry. We'll be right back.
No
Okay.
worries.
Happens all the time.
Okay.
Pete was the one that was the most. That one was hilarious because as soon as he'd go to say something, he was gone.
I know.
And then he'd come back in, start his conversation again, and he was gone.
Yeah. So when I was in, okay, there he goes. He's back.
Yeah,
he's back. Yeah, she's
right.
that was fun.
Yeah, her work is amazing,
How's
man.
that?
She's
Look at that. That was easy.
ta-da!
It didn't take long at all.
Yeah, this is what we were looking at. Yeah. Yeah.
What are they talking about?
What the hell is she? Yeah, he's talking about the back of something. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. This is what I was talking about.
Yes. Oh, I didn't finish. Sorry. I wanted to show you.
Oh, what do we got?
Got a whole other cabinet,
Show and
Mickey.
tell. Show and tell. I love it.
Yeah. So on the maquette, not the bust.
Yeah.
I sculpted a little.
No way.
So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This was based off of one of the concept artwork that was in Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Loved him so much that I was like, I need to.
That's, if I remember the movie, the girl goes and she gets trapped in the tree, and then she gets eaten by that frog.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is so good.
In the back of the base of Pan's maquette, this little guy is sitting there.
Oh my God. It's
yeah.
like I said, she thought through every single.
But that's the thing that sets you guys apart with your collectibles too, is the attention to detail and the Easter eggs that are thrown in.
Yeah.
Like, it's a conversation piece for years. I would probably be the kind of guy that's like, I didn't notice that for the first 10 years I owned it.
Yeah.
I'm brutal. Yeah, that's dynamite. So how's your sculpting process? I wanted to touch on this real quick. So you like you said, this was a concept sketch originally.
Yes.
Now, do you think, one, what scale am I going to sculpt it in? What what clay do I want to use, or do you just go right for monster clay? That's a pretty solid choice.
No, if it's large, I usually do wet clay, so water-based clay. Yeah, it depends on the scale. If it's a 1/3 maquette, I think I'd like to use monster clay. Lately, I've actually been getting back into Chavant. So Chavant, I like the stickiness of Chavant. So that's been fun playing with again lately. So yeah, I usually, because being a commercial artist is a little different than being a fine artist. There's guidelines that need to be met, and so I usually print them out 1-to-1 scale, and then I build them armature, so it's the right proportion and size. Yeah.
Armature. See, armatures. That's what we're missing, Matt. We should put armatures inside our squash.
That's right. Unnecessarily. Yeah. Damn it.
Snap it and then put it on a lazy Susan.
Exactly. Spin it.
Right.
Look at it off from all angles.
Yeah.
Good.
This is very important. And I think the center line is very important too when I'm sculpting. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's certain, when you're working with clay, you work with like primary, secondary, tertiary forms, and then you start detailing.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think with your squash sculpting, it's a little, you kind of have to I feel like you have to think about the secondary forms even while you're working on your primary forms too. So I feel like I can imagine that's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky with subtractive, that's for sure. But when it comes to like your day in the life for you as a commercial artist, when you're like, get up in the morning, get your coffee, high five Steve, and kind of get work into, like, do the collectible thing or your next project. What's like a day in the life for you? Or is it always different? Because I know Steve was telling us about how, like, he's doing payroll one day, talking to a lawyer the next day. It's like, it's not all fun sculpting. It's like, it's life, But
My life is boring.
Yeah.
I'm looking behind you. I didn't look that boring. I don't know.
I am very, very fortunate that at this studio, they've given me a little sculpting room. I'm very lucky.
Wow.
Or as we like to call it, an office.
That's right.
So I just shut myself in the sculpting room and just do my thing. But
You listen to music while you do when you sculpt. Are you like into music? Do you quiet? What's your MO?
it changes, but I do like listening to instrumental music. I love listening to soundtracks. Definitely my jam. Lately, I've been watching a lot of like YouTube, like podcast kind of things in the background. Yeah.
Very good.
I could think of a good one you could probably put
I
on.
have been ever since
Called
you asked
Carver.
me to watch your episodes this whole week. So I I watched Venials last night.
Oh yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, her work is amazing.
She's got a couple things under her belt. Yeah.
Oh, no, just a little bit.
I think too.
So nice. Yeah. She's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's the bronze sculpture that I did.
What?
That's the Tauntaun skull.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
See, these are the things that every Star Wars fan should have one over their mantle, like over the fireplace.
That's the one that Luke had to cut open to sleep in. That's legit the same one for sure.
Right? Waste not, want not. That's like, he's already dead.
Use every part of the animal.
That's it.
Thanks.
I actually did sell this sculpture. Tom Spina over at Regal Robots, he actually has this, so he might be coming out with it.
Ooh,
whoa!
I'm sure there's a shitload of demand for that thing. That is just epic. And that's like 1-to-1 size. Is it big?
No, this one is like 8 inches.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a lot of bronze. Otherwise, that's
right.
Okay.
Oh, the ones that he makes will probably not be bronze, but yeah.
Wow, so cool.
It'd be funny to watch them try and lift it at full size, made of bronze.
He also bought the Mandalorian sculpture off of me as well.
Wow.
Yes, that is that's a very cool thing that you got there. That is pretty amazing that you got to do that.
Yes, it's just my little contribution to Star Wars.
Little? It's everywhere.
Yeah, it literally is. That skull.
It's so
You see on the back of car. I'm driving around Tucson, Arizona. You see that same skull on the back of people just dig that whole. I mean, it's a logo practically. It's beautiful.
Well, it was a logo to begin with, but just three-dimensionalized it.
Right.
You immortalized it, is what you did, because it'll always be part of the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Once you're in.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's crazy. I just did that for fun, for convention, just stuff to have to sell, and it just kind of took on a life of its own. So, yeah.
And you showed the frog from Pan's Labyrinth, but you also made like a 3-eyed frog. I don't know, Mickey, if you have that one. But I am such a huge fan. It just looks like the most pleasant little guy. I just want one on my desk. I just love it. And I mean, again, so if you guys have not been to her Instagram, just peruse it and spend as much time as you can there, because it is so fun. And you just get to see like the progress shots, but then you get to see things like, wait a minute, I want that. And my desk, my office is so cluttered with stuff. I don't need it or can have a space for it, but I want it. Is that something? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to cast you one.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would. If you
God.
did, I would be over the moon. I would name it. I would take it on walks. All that stuff.
It's not a new puppy, Matt, because we know you're not going to take it for a walk.
Well, I got a puppy here. He's luckily sleeping and not barking at me.
Oh, you finally started giving him Tylenol PM? Oh.
Yeah. I started feeding him, which is he's a lot less upset.
I'm actually working on a new toy line of reptiles right now.
Nice.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in the other room. If you,
Yes, please.
Well, I mean, you know,
We're gonna reveal it. Is this
let's
like a
get
big reveal?
everyone excited about it. Yeah.
We won't
36.
tell anybody.
Okay. Oh, I love it. We got an exclusive. We got an
I
exclusive.
love reveals.
Exclusive.
A big
I love
reveal.
reveals, except for my own on Thursdays. I hate when I reveal my sculpt.
Yeah. Don't reveal yourself if you know what I mean.
That's just wacky, man.
But
Oh, see, the dog woke up.
as soon as I said something, of course. Your boy.
Sound like you kicked him.
Oh yes,
She is
we know.
great name, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I like the name Cootie Tang. I mean, what the hell?
Dang.
What a dope.
Very underrated movie.
Yes.
I know. He's humbled, and I'm like, wait a minute, but you made that. How can you be humble?
Yeah, but the best artists really are so humble. It's like it's endearing, really. It makes you like their work that much more, knowing that they're constantly. I don't know. It's just amazing. Let me see. What do we got? Let me see.
Okay, here you go. Drum roll. Mickey, you got a drum roll sound effect?
That's the wee turtle. Oh, those are cool.
Oh my gosh.
Does it focus? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's focused.
Cool.
Oh, the cuteness.
Oh my goodness.
So this one, I like went all out on the detail work. So I just put as much in as I can.
Oh my gosh. Is it, so what form is that in? Is that what kind of clay?
Oh.
Is that oh my gosh. Monster clay?
Look at that's got great
Mr. Clay.
motion in that one. That gecko is insane.
And then neck.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, you were born to do this, clearly. Look at that.
And then I made another toad.
Yay. Oh my gosh.
Oh, those are.
I've never seen a happier toad. That's amazing. So good.
Wow.
All the
There is not one part of that isn't. See, that would just molding. That would make me. I'd have anxiety of something not getting caught in the mold of all the detail you put into it. Oh,
a little snake. Okay, there's something about the eyes you do that are just like the big, like your dragons that are just like you want to be friends with them. I don't know what it is.
that's what they want, and then they eat you.
Yeah. Exactly.
The pieces.
Those are amazing. So now you're like you said, this is going to be coming out, right? So these aren't released yet.
Oh no, yeah, these haven't even been molded yet. So these are just still in the clay forms. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see him in Hot Topic. Let's go.
Yeah, this is
this line.
All right, so we have to get her a license with the artist. We have to get these things cast. I'll be in a town tomorrow. We're gonna get this going. I'll have this finished, and then we'll bronze this while we're at it.
Yeah, and I kind of want a tauntaun skull now. I can't look at these things and not want them. Damn it. Everything behind her too. I wanted those too. Whatever.
Yeah, it's been I think 10 years that ECC they've been making so many stuff over the years. So the showroom's quite a museum now.
I'll say. So let me ask you this question. So ECC, when you're given a project, is it something that's like been talked through and you want to do, or is it something like, okay, we want you to do this kind of project and just go tackle it? I'd love to know that process.
Let's see. Well, nowadays things are changing a lot. A lot of things are being sculpted in digital, so it's not always hand sculpted.
Yeah.
Like Abe, this is sculpted by the wonderful Moni. She's so talented, but it's all 3D printed. It's cool. So the process is definitely changing. I only exclusively do things in clay. I don't do
Yeah.
digital. So, yeah, but when things come up, when things need to be detailed more, so like a lot of the sculpting process where it used to be, you know, I would make the armature and build it from scratch. A lot of times these days it would be like, okay, 3D print the armature a quarter of an inch smaller and then pat on the, and then detail it. So definitely like some of the processes are changing. But yeah, it's mostly for me personally, I do like the organic stuff because mechanical things, yeah, digital is way cleaner.
Yeah.
So it just makes more sense. But yeah, so I kind of juggle with things I can help with over at Unexplored or ECC, and then when I'm not, I'm just working on my own things like these toys and.
Wow.
It just sounds amazing.
So
it
I
just
think
doesn't sound like anything bad.
no, I actually want your life. I don't know how do I just go into my own sculpture studio every day? Paul, somebody tell me.
You do. It's just different, man. Yours is
so
like yours is the produce department, and
that's right.
and not as cool.
And not as cool, clearly.
What you guys do is so cool, though.
We're making it. We're making a nice mess, you know. I mean,
certainly making a mess,
but that's okay.
Yeah, looking good, Matt.
Yeah, there's a reason why
know.
I'm doing it in here and not the sculpting room because that would be embarrassing. Yeah, sculpting room's quite a mess right now.
And Paul's looking. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Paul, you're just looking more and more. Oh my God, you got a whole head there. You're really cruising.
He's got a long way to go.
and a short time to get there.
In a short time to get there. It's kind of flat still. I mean, not that he doesn't need a nose, I guess, but
yeah,
needs to be pushed in a bit more to create a better. It doesn't really have a profile yet.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get there. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Just keep scraping. Just keep scraping.
Nicole, do you have any inspirations that you want to do for your digital piece this week?
Yeah, Mick, what do you got?
No, see, I run the show here. I do all the magic. I'm the great Oz back here. I haven't started at all.
No, but you got to think about it.
You have inspiration?
Inspiration. It's funny because words are actually my inspiration for a lot of this. It's, that whenever it's like alien, I try to figure like what's not the obvious alien thing. So something out of this world or alien like, like there's, there like I'll think of like, oh, there's a, you probably know the band Genesis. They have a really obscure song called Illegal Alien. And it was a really embarrassing video if you were to watch it today. So like I get inspiration from like weird things. So I try not to go the straight and narrow. So yeah. So I think about what's something alien like but not alien. So so I definitely have those. I'm cooking it up, but I go back. I'm bad at this. I go back into my cave and I don't share as much as I should, but I'm changing that. I'm gonna change that. And but yeah, you're right. It's what's the other word? Exhausted is another word. So like, is it, where's it at? Where is this alien at? Is it at a rest stop, at a truck stop, or so I try to think past like what's the obvious. So like those are the things that I come up with.
Oh, I love that. I love the truck stop idea.
See, that's just it. And it's just even like bouncing off the, artists like this to get that feedback. I go, oh, I have something here. It's like not obvious. So now I'm going to have to make it in a truck stop, which I love because I, being on the road recently. So we stop at a lot of those places and,
you're always exhausted.
I'm always exhausted. That's for darn sure.
Isn't there like an alien themed
Yeah, they're the alien jerky. Like they have the beef jerky. You're absolutely right on that. See, that's it. There's always like when you're traveling like to like through Arizona or California, they have like oh, check out the thing, and it's like there's a whole story about all those. Yeah, they're this tourist traps, but yeah, it's super cool. You're right. That's very well done. See, great minds think alike. Well, if you want to see more of Miyo's work, go to her Instagram, Quirky Monster, and anywhere else we can see your work. Actually, I looked, and a lot of there was only like one other place I could see. The other ones on your link tree. I clicked on the links, and they don't go to anything. I just want to let you know that. I'm saying it only for you. Like you have a whole bunch of stuff listed, but it doesn't go anywhere. Just so you know.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do it in a public forum like this, but I want to let you know. But yeah, your Instagram. Anywhere else we can find your work?
No, just Instagram. Those links. It might be because the business partner I was telling you about that produces the toys. He's doing a huge move right now, so that he probably put his site down.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No. I wanted to do my research, and I'm just like, oh no, what's going on here?
I will double check that, and thank you so much for letting me know.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you can go to Quirky Monster and go down the rabbit hole of amazing work.
Yeah, exactly. Spend a few hours, have fun. Like
pack a lunch, settle in. You're going to be there a while.
Take a nap. What do you need?
We want to post more, so I'll make an effort to post more behind the stuff.
It's so great, by the way. All your the other thing you're really good at is your time lapse. You do it. I've seen a ton of them.
Oh yes.
You go back a ways, and I wish I was better at that. But anyway, you're phenomenal at it. It's really fun to watch that process.
I like time lapses because I don't really have to think, because so much of it gets redacted that I don't worry about sound, and so it's just easy for me to just run the phone on time lapse.
And you forget about it too, and I kind of like doing that too. Or sometimes I'm like, I don't want to put the pressure on myself of, trying not to make mistakes. And then I realize when you watch it in time lapse, you barely see the hands are moving so fast. Like one hand stays still, and the other one's just like,
yeah.
So you don't hear any of the oops.
Just cover it with a music, and you're good to go.
That's it. Good music, and nobody's even watching; they're listening. It's like a little music video.
That's it. Well, hey, we're on the interwebs too. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Guys, any last words before we sign off for this week?
Follow her. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're honored to have you on with us, and say hello to Steve for us. We're just even bigger fans now. So hopefully you had fun.
So here's what I'm thinking. We have you both back together to carve a pumpkin.
And you got to get a pumpkin. You got to bring a pumpkin.
And there's a prize for whichever one of you does it better. So then becomes a competition. And it's a married couple. And then we just get to sit back and watch.
Yes. It's like the real Family Feud.
Yes. Yeah. There'll be a lot of elbows getting thrown and pumpkins getting pushed off the table.
We're going to do it that way? All right.
I don't think I'll do well.
Stop practicing now.
Pressure's on. Well, Miyo, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. From Paul Dever, Matt Harper, I'm Michael Mondragon. We'll see you next Thursday with another Carvers and Creators. Good night, everyone. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Miyo.
Thank you.